Haul video. In this video, I'll be discussing a slew of fragrances that I received from the house of Parfums Vintage. I won't be revealing them or going into detail. I'll just let you know about the fragrance, what the fragrance is supposed to interpret, and about a few couple deals that Parfum Vintage has going on currently. And then I'll let you decide in the comment section below which one you think you'd like to see. Stay tuned. What's going on, everybody? My name is Joshua, and this is our channel, ScentSense. To all the loyal subscribers who continue to tune in each and every time these videos come out, to you fine folks, appreciate you. And to all you new people who are maybe checking out the channel for the very first time, you should subscribe, because even Joe Biden is subscribed to this channel. Good old Sleepy Joe. Today we'll be talking about fragrances from the house of Parfums Vintage. Yes, Parfums Vintage is that fragrance house that you know has become popular for making a line of clones that smell a lot like Creed Aventus. They've also cloned many other popular fragrances from a multitude of houses such as Tom Ford, Creed, Amouage, the list goes on and on and on. They actually sent me 7 fragrances, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know about each and every one of them, what their interpretations of, and I'm not even gonna smell them. I just want you to tell me which one you wanna hear about the most. So the first one I'm gonna talk about that I received is called Sublime Leather. Sublime Leather is supposed to be their interpretation of Memo's Irish leather. Many of you know I'm a big fan of Memo's African leather. I haven't smelled Irish leather, the real one, so I'd like to get me a decant of that before I actually do a comparison. But if you choose this one, I'll definitely go over it. I'll have to get a decant first, but we'll get to it when we get to it. And that is Sublime Leather. I'm grabbing these from a stack. So the next one we're gonna talk about is Emperor Colossus. Emperor Colossus is of course a take on Creed's Aventus, but this one highlights the darker, woodier notes of the fragrance and kind of leans towards that really, really bright pineapple. So I think dark wood and super bright pineapple. That's what this one goes for. I'm sure there's some kind of batch that was made that smells a lot like what this is supposed to be. So we'll definitely jump into that one if that's what you want to hear about. Next up is a French fragrance, and hopefully I don't butcher this. It is Coeur de Cuir. The Cuir is supposed to be an interpretation of Louis Vuitton's Matière Noire. I'm sure I didn't do a very good job of that. My Cajun French heritage would probably be very, very disappointed in me. I have, however, smelled this Louis Vuitton fragrance. I also have a very small sample of it, and I can tell you I actually quite enjoy that one. So I look forward to smelling this one, and if you'd like to hear more about that one, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. Next up is the dynamic duo of Emperor Maximus and Emperor Maximus Extrait. This is supposed to highlight the brighter pineapple notes, very, very much more on the citrus side of this fragrance. So think super, super summertime. Of course, the only difference between these two is the concentration of fragrance oils. So I would assume safely that Maximum Extrait is gonna be a little more potent than just the regular Emperor Maximus. If you wanna have a side-by-side comparison or a singular overview of one of these, let me know, people. Next up is a fragrance that's supposed to smell like noble woods from Robert Cavalli. The fragrance is Obsession Interdite. Or Interdite or whatever. It looks like Interdite to me. You let me know. Comment below. This is gonna be, of course, a woody fragrance, which I assume based off of the name. I have not smelled the original, so if you want me to review this one, let me know ahead of time and I will reach out to somebody and get myself a small sample or a decant. I look forward to smelling this one because I love to smell ones that I haven't smelled before. And then I go ahead and get that sample. That way my nose isn't jaded and it's a fresh outlook on them. So if you want to hear about this one, if you're interested, I don't know if you are, let me know. Last but not least is a fragrance that I'm kind of scratching my head about. This is the only one that I would want to ask Damien a question on, and it's kind of why. Fragrance is called Sequitur. Sequitur is supposed to be an interpretation of Black Orchid from Tom Ford. And the reason why I would want to ask the question of why is because that fragrance is already not that expensive. And based off the price that this would have to be a whole heck of a lot better, longer lasting for me to even contemplate it. So I kind of feel like this one is kind of a reach. That's just based off of initial look of the box, knowing what it's called, knowing what it's supposed to be based off of. I'd have to smell it. If you're interested in learning more about this one, I have smelled the Tom Ford fragrance, so I could definitely give you my opinion on that. If you want to know about this one, let me know. So now that we've gotten all of those fragrances out of the way, I'd like to let you know about some really cool sales that are going on the website. No, I don't get some kind of special kickback by mentioning these. I just think these are really cool fragrance discounts that I haven't seen from many brands, and I think you should definitely take advantage of it as soon as possible. So apparently if you buy a 2.5 milliliter sample of any fragrance, you're gonna get one 2.5 milliliter fragrance sample for free, but you're also gonna get a 1 ounce unscented bottle of hand sanitizing spray. If you're unsure what hand sanitizing spray is, it's exactly as it sounds. It's 70% perfumer's alcohol, and you just douse your hands with it, and that way your hands will be squeaky clean. If you're wondering what the bottle looks like, it looks a lot like this one. It actually looks exactly like this one. And if you're wondering how you use it, you just spray your hand down, and you just rub it in until your hands are dry. Voila, and you get to go Corona. The next really cool sale option is if you buy a 50 milliliter fragrance of any fragrance, you're gonna get an 8 milliliter travel size atomizer and also another 1 ounce unscented bottle of hand sanitizer spray, or you can get a 1 ounce sanitizer hand spray that smells like the vintage Emperor pineapple fragrance. It smells a lot like Creed Aventus. It's one of the batches. So think Creed Aventus hand sanitizer. Sounds pretty freaking good to me. So you get 2 ounces of hand sanitizer, 1 ounce scented, 1 unscented, and an 8 milliliter travel atomizer, completely free of charge. And you don't even have to add it to the basket. You just automatically get it, which is pretty cool. Last but not least is the big time bonus. If you buy yourself a 100 milliliter bottle, this is what you get. You get 2 8 milliliter travel size atomizers, 2 times the 1 ounce bottles of unscented hand sanitizer, 1 of the Emperor scented hand sanitizer sprays, and 5 of the 2.5 milliliter fragrance sample sizes of fragrances that haven't been released and won't be released until May. And some of the fragrances from that line are Erofa, YSL's M7 and M7 Fresh, which are discontinued fragrances, and many more. So look, at the end of the day, I think those are really good deals for what's going on in the world today. I also know that he has a thing where you can go on there, and if you've been a customer before, you can get 1 of the 1 ounces sent to you for free. There are some jackasses, excuse my French, you're gonna log on and try to add 100 of them to their cart, or have never bought anything from the fragrance brand and just wanna get free crap. It's not gonna work. They're gonna clearly see you haven't bought anything, and they're just not gonna send it to you. So having said that, I think what they're doing with the hand sanitizer sprays is pretty darn cool, especially in today's economy. There are other people who are capitalizing off of this and selling these. I personally think it's really cool of Damien to give these away, especially with the fragrances that people buy. It's kind of a, I scratch your back, you scratch my back, and it's gonna keep you safe. So I've actually used 3 or 4 of them already. I love them to death. I spray my keyboard every morning before I go to work on my laptop. Fantastic. All right, enough of that. Let's go ahead and get the comment section rolling. Go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below which one of the fragrances I described or I listed earlier that you would like to hear about. Whichever one gets the most response, that's the one I'll talk about, because you people get to choose. While you're at it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And when you do it, just jump on right next to it and click that bell button. And that way, when my videos come out, you'll be the first to know. And as always, and most importantly, I love and enjoy each and every one of you. Stay safe, and I'll smell you later. Peace.